say it all the time. When you're in a relationship, you have to have your own things, and you have to really nurture those things because you can't rely on your partner for everything.
No.
You know, it's codependency.
You're two individuals.
Yes, who have come together and chosen this life. And so you have to nurture the things that you're really passionate about,
Right.
you know? So the hobbies, we want to know. You can call us at 800-682-1075. Yeah.
Does it have to be hobbies or can it be anything?
Hobbies, activities.
Just things they do.
Things they
Okay,
do.
all
Yeah,
right.
yeah. That you just, when you see them do it, you're like, man, that's hot.
And we're talking about non-sexual.
Yeah, 'cause
Another day, because obviously everything a woman does sexual,
Yes.
women or, you know.
I can just imagine the phone calls we'd get, and then
Yeah.
there'd be an FCC fine, and we're not trying to do that
we
today.
get fired. Like, it's not worth it.
Right? So, yeah, non-sexual. Like, for example, maybe your woman, every once in a while, I mean, I've been known to do this, just goes out and mows the yard.
Okay.
I can tell you, not only does my husband appreciate it, he sometimes critiques that I don't do the lines the exact same way that he would be doing it. But I do it for exercise. I get out there, put my AirPods in, push the mower. I have like however many steps. And then you feel like you accomplished something. And I know that my husband appreciates it and might find it hot. I don't know.
No, I think that'd be awesome.
You know?
So we're asking guys, basically.
Yeah.
Sure. Or if you're a lesbian, you want to call in and talk
Guys
about
or
the things.
lesbians,
Yes.
today's your chance.
Today's the day. You see your woman, you're like, that looks good when she does it.
All right. Well,
So
I
do
have,
you
I
have
have
one?
two.
Okay, yeah.
One's a hobby-ish. Is any woman who can play a sport,
Oh.
you know, and they're confident about it. They just get out there and they start shooting jumpers. I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
They have like that good form and they like toss you up and stuff. Like, or if they kick a soccer ball and it like explodes off their foot or a baseball or and they don't have to be like great at it, but like they're competent in it or even really good at it.
Sure.
I've always found that extremely attractive.
Okay. That's a good one.
And then something happened. I went on a date Saturday, right?
Yes.
And it was a lunch date, which Jason's against, but
I'm not against the lunch
it
date.
did actually turn out well. It's not a hobby, but it's the way she handled the situation. So we're meeting for the very first time.
Okay.
And we went to Jason and Squid would know, J. Peppers.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard of it.
And so she opens the door, because I was already inside. And she was running a little bit late. So she opened the door. She had like her keys in her hand. She had a couple things. She fumbled, and then she stumbled like into the door.
Oh.
That's my first thing is her almost falling on the ground.
Hot,
Just
sexy.
stumble.
And I go,
Turn on.
I was like, that was pretty awesome. You just almost fell on your face. That's the first thing I said to her. This is the first sentence I said to her. And she was like, oh, shut up. And then from there, I mean, she just started laughing.
Yeah.
And like owned it. And then she kept bringing it up like, that was pretty cool how it just almost fell on my face when I first met you.
Uh-huh.
It was rolling with an embarrassing situation instead of being like defensive or weird about it.
Or getting,
yeah.
getting all
Yeah.
like shy or embarrassed.
And then she just rolled with it. And she like started talking trash to me. And I was like, I like that. Good for you.
Yeah.
And so that was very attractive, being able to roll with something that we all stumble and fall and trip but I mean, that's not how you want to meet for the first time.
No, because that's everybody's
Worst nightmare.
It's like, oh, and then I fell into the restaurant. Literally.
So yeah, those are
you
two
just
things.
roll with it. Okay,
Yeah,
I
they're
can see
pretty
that.
cool, yeah.
Do you guys have anything that when you see your woman or a woman doing it, you're like, man, that's hot?
Well, it's funny that you say that, Katie, because it depends on the situation at any given time. I think, though, and it depends on if the girl's hot to begin with.
Well, yeah.
Every once in a while, not all the time, but if I see a girl drinking an actual beer out of a bottle,
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
it's because it's not typical that you see that. It's girls typically drink a Truly or a martini or this, but if a girl's standing there and she's just drinking a beer, it's to me presents herself almost as like easygoing, goes with the flow because she's doing that, which most girls don't. There has to be perfect, it has to taste sweet or this or that. That's kind of odd, but I would,
no, that's a
I would
good
think
one.
that.
That's a good one. It does remind me of the time that I ordered a PBR in a bar, and you told the server that that's not what I wanted. I wanted Prosecco. And
She
I
doesn't
said,
like that.
No, I would like the PBR, please. You're like, no, you don't. I said, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
That's why I said it depends on the circumstances of when it's hot.
Oh yeah, if you're like a model, he'd have been like, not saying you're not, Katie. Model, he'd be like, oh my gosh, it's so hot.
That is true, though. It's true. If you
Oh, yeah.
see a smoking hot girl drinking a beer, then it's even hotter. If you don't see a very attractive girl drinking if you don't see a very attractive girl drink and she drinks a beer,
You're like,
it's not
"Ooh,
as
gross."
it's
Okay,
almost
I get
goes
your
the-
point.
You're like,
goes
"What
I
the
get
other-
it.
no,
I
swear-
get your point.
It
I
almost
get
goes
it.
the other way.
Was she a dude?
Right.
It almost feels the other way.
So basically, he's saying if an attractive girl can do anything.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
and
that
he-
makes it a little bit
but-
more. It's like the icing on the top. It's like, wow. I'm not saying like I want some girl to be drinking a 12-pack of beer.
Right.
Having a beer in a bottle and you're hot.
Do you
If
think-
you're not hot, it's extreme the other direction.
Do you think it makes her like down to earth? Is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
Yeah.
almost like
Yeah.
that.
Like, oh, she's not
Because
trying to put on airs.
that's
like
what
she's
it is.
fancy.
It's like
Yeah.
you have some smoking hot girl that's probably thinking, oh, she's trying to be like uptight or she's going to be
High
bitchy.
maintenance.
But then when you
Cocktails
see a
and, yeah.
smoking hot girl drinking a beer, it's like down to earth.
Yeah, I can see that.
I got it. All right.
800-682-1075, men and or lesbians. What are some non-sexual things?
Or bisexual girls.
Sure.
Or
Absolutely.
pansexual.
Or
Anybody-
lipstick lesbians. That's fine.
Yes. Anybody who is into women.
Yeah, I learned this weekend. I think I'm a Jared sexual.
What the hell does that mean?
That means anyone who's into me. I
Oh,
like.
yeah,
no,
sure.
I'm just kidding. That's actually not true. That's not true at all, actually. A little bit true. All right. 800-682-1075. What is something like a hobby or anything they do that you're like, wow, that's hot when a woman does it?
Squid, what you got?
I would say when I can convince a girl to cheer on in sports with me.
Yes.
Yes,
Ah,
when she's-
okay.
Yeah.
Or even if it's not even with my team, where she has her own team and we can like talk trash back and forth while
Yeah.
watching whatever
that's
game
good.
it is.
That's
Yep.
fun.
Yeah,
That's
something
hot.
about it. And she's like wearing a jersey. I don't know, just like it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. There's a fine line. I've always said that there's a fine line. As somebody who has gone to a lot of sports bars, is like, the ones who are being very genuine about it, who really are into it and wearing the jersey and like they know things. And then
Yeah.
there's the ones who are just there to meet guys.
Yeah, to get
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It
you can tell that right away.
Yeah.
Just like if you know a guy that pretends to like sports and they say two things like you don't know anything. Like, you're trying, but you don't know what you're talking about.
Right. Matt, you have what's
A woman that can sing.
oh.
Oh yeah. That's,
Oh, yeah.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yep.
a good one.
I don't know what it
That's
is.
a good
Most of the women I've ever dated can sing.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know
Really?
it at the time, but it's just something I guess about him that it's brought it on.
Okay.
You're drawn
That
to
is
it.
a
seems
good
to
point
be.
because I was looking at the girl from Bethel Music and she was.
From what?
What's Bethel music?
The church
It's like the religious music.
Oh
sometimes.
my
Oh.
gosh! Stop pushing your Christian religion on everybody.
Seriously?
I'm not. That's my thing. I take it out. But when you look at the live video of her, she might not be that attractive in person, but after hearing her sing that powerful song, she became more attractive.
I see.
Absolutely.
It's a
And there's a
talent.
bunch of different singers in that group, but this is just one particular.
Not singing about God. Not
No, they are,
religious
but
at
it's
all.
not. That's not the.
I thought you were just
I
taking a God
agree.
out.
Singing, or if you go to, when we go to Tanger and we watch like a Broadway
Yes.
show and
Oh,
somebody's like
yeah.
an excellent, powerful, talented singer, it's a turn on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can see it for sure.
All right, let's go to.
1,500 miles a week.
Okay, Chris,
Oh,
that's
all
cool.
right, Chris.
What now?
Are you lying on your taxes right now? Putting down mileage. Chris,
He's being audited.
it's like, say 1,500 miles a week. I know it's only 10 to get to work, but put 15 get some mileage. Chris, what is something?
Hey, Jared, I drive a lot, man.
Yeah.
I believe you.
We hear you.
We heard 1,500 miles a week. That's a lot.
And now it's officially on the record for you, Chris, so you're good.
I like a woman that can make me laugh, and then I agree with Squid. Girl that likes sports is pretty attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They make you
A
laugh.
girl can make you
Yeah.
laugh too, especially if they're hot. That's
We
like.
get
And one that can drive for me would be great.
Oh.
I hear you, Chris.
We're just assuming that they're hot.
Yeah, because
Jason.
if they're joking around, they're not uptight.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And,
yeah,
and
yeah.
if they're just joking, that makes them even hotter. And the good news is, even if you're not that hot and you still can make guys laugh, you go up a point.
I was going to say, Katie, you're like as a person. What?
Yes.
Wow.
I don't know.
I'm
I
a
feel-
single guy. I can say this.
I'm a single guy.
I feel like this
No,
is
no,
like,
I'm
you go up
saying-
a point.
I'm not going to say what your point. I'm not going to give you a score, but
Yeah.
I'm saying it probably your humor because you're funnier than most. I think you're funnier than a lot of guys.
Well, thanks, Jared.
And she can be a little dark
and dark.
Yeah, that's
and,
true.
Yeah.
and raunchy.
and
She
probably-
is raunchy. She's the raunchiest girl I know when it comes to jokes when it has to deal with sexual
Yeah.
stuff.
That's true. Yeah. And
true.
definitely top 1% of female like humor. You're probably up 2 points.
Dang.
I think it gives you 2 points because
God,
you're
I'm
not
at
just
12.
not
That's so
just-
crazy. I don't have that. It
100,
feels
but yes,
good.
yes. I'm kidding. No, but I think it gives you 2 points because you're not just like, oh, she's kind of fun. You're very funny.
Thank
so I
you.
think that's a
Thanks.
it's a good thing.
I am very, very afraid of losing it one day. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause-
Getting too serious or
yeah, or just getting real tired.
It's getting real tired.
I don't feel
Yeah.
like putting forth the effort anymore.
Yeah.
that's when you know
I'm
your life's
scared of
over.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at a certain age, I think all people, men, women, doesn't doesn't matter. You just the moment you see somebody like, hey, how you doing? Terrible. You start
Terrible.
listing your ailments just instantly. I don't know what that point is, but try not to hit that, Katie.
Okay, I'll try.
The golden years don't exist. Let's go to Mike. Mike, what is something that you find hot about a woman, hobby or something that's non-sexual thing?
A girl driving a muscle car,
Okay, I can see that.
Chevelle or Mustang, that's hot.
Yeah,
I can see that.
I can totally see that.
Or even like a huge truck, because it's like catching you way off guard.
Yeah.
And again, of course. if
No,
they're
that's cowgirl.
not. Okay, all right. You like the muscle
yeah, a little
cars.
different. A little
Well,
different.
now that you
first
said
one?
that, though, now I've noticed a lot of there's a lot of attractive women that are walking the field in a cowboy hat and cowboy shorts like they belong on Yellowstone.
Yeah.
That can be hot.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
that's just existing. That's not like
Yeah.
really doing
Well, they might be helping out a little bit with the horses. I don't know.
in a football field,
In
like
a
before a
field.
game.
I didn't say football.
Oh,
just a
I was
field.
thinking tailgating, I guess.
Oh,
That's
no,
where I see a lot of them.
Yellowstone, like a
Gotcha.
What is it
A
called?
ranch hand.
I guess. Yeah, but I don't want her like dealing with the poop. I just want her.
to look like she deals with the
You don't want her to have calluses on her hands.
No.
You just want her to
No,
no.
look like she.
Like she's just grazing the field like the
Sure.
cows are.
Maybe she just like
grass.
walks the horses to and fro
Yeah, something.
or something.
Piece of hay in
Or
her
how about-
mouth.
Or maybe just
Yeah.
rides horses.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I don't know. Not all the time. Sometimes they can be a little.
I think that is a true talent because
Yeah.
watching Yellowstone, and if you have not seen it, you know that we're all obsessed. But it was like watching some of those cowboys and cowgirls do what they do and stay on the horses is astounding to me.
Oh, yeah.
It's such a talent.
It's definitely a talent.
Well, the top, if maybe you're a woman and you're looking for some sort of new hobby that men, you know that men are going to find attractive, the top being a technology whiz, someone who speaks a different language, stand-up comedy,
Oh yeah.
playing golf, and
Yeah.
the number one hobby that most men find attractive, belly dancing.
Okay.
Belly
That's like cheating in a way. I mean, it's like
That's a little
Sexual.
sexual.
It
it's
is
like
sexual.
on the
It
way to
is.
being a strip. I'm not saying belly dance, but it's like
It is a very sexual move. It's-
sensual.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
so-
the golf would be like a sport. So I mean,
yeah, that works.
I can see that.
That works.
Yep.
I did go on a date one time with a girl that played golf in college, and I did not play golf in college or high school or ever.
Uh-huh.
And it was hot at first until like I was humiliating myself every swing. I was like, "Can I just watch you and I can just drive you around?" Because it just didn't work.
You were the beer cart girl.
Yeah. I was like, "Do you need anything? Are you thirsty?
Yeah.
What do you
Would you
need?
like a candy bar?
That's
Do you
not-
want to swing? No, no, you just go ahead. No,
I know-
I'll pick up from there."
I know a lot of older people play pickleball, but lately
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing it, and there's been lots of younger people, especially
Oh,
if you go later
yeah.
at night.
Mhm.
So far, the pickleball women aren't as hot as the other sports.
Oh, really?
No.
Not yet, no.
Where do you play?
They have a new park in Kernersville,
Okay.
and it's brand new pickleball
that's
court.
right, that's
But
right.
it's so packed all the time. So we go at like 9 o'clock at night. 'cause
Oh,
it's so-
wow.
and it's all lit up. And then it usually dies out a little bit. And there's typically younger people. Like if you go on a Sunday afternoon, it's all old people.
Yeah.
If you go at 9 o'clock at night on a Thursday, it's younger.
The
Not
olds-
always, but
The older
younger.
in bed.
Yeah, they have to like get their nap in
Right,
the
right,
afternoon, you know?